What's going on, Sneeples? We have a BNR announcement. Maybe not specifically a BNR announcement, but it is a banning that's going on today. So I'm just going to get straight to that, and then we'll talk about what else has been announced. But drone brutality is banned. The drone brutality was one of the first cards that was banned in the Flesh and Blood game, but it got unbanned for Blitz for a short period. And now it's back to being banned. And so you can go here and you can kind of read why. And I want to be honest with you. To me, it doesn't really make any sense. Mostly because the drone achieved what it's out to do, and allowed heroes like Ira, Yoji, and Riptide to have a presence within the meta. These were all heroes that were pretty low as far as number wise on playing. So it was kind of cool to see Ira decks come back. You didn't really see a ton of Yoji and Riptide having success in some of the major events. But regardless, those heroes definitely use drone in a way to allow for a control style build. And that was the whole point, right? It was because Icelander and Olden was being banned, bring in drones so there would be more controlled decks. But now they're just taking drone right back out. And so I'm very confused by that, because if that's what it was set to do and it did it, and the thing is we did have an Ira win a Battle Harden. We did have that happen, but when you look at the Ira presence in the top 8, I mean, it's nothing like Chain. Chain has a huge presence. Reinhardt has a huge presence. Kano has a huge presence. Ira got one win, but she wasn't a huge presence in the top 8s of the more high competitive play. So, maybe they're also looking at the armories, but I gotta imagine, I obviously I don't know. I don't have the data of all the armory wins in front of me, but I couldn't imagine Ira was really taking it, or Yoji or Riptide. But I don't know. Either way, it just seems very strange to me that a card that helped heroes that weren't being played very much become fairly relevant, but not dominating, is being taken away. And really what I found to be the reason is that what they're worried about is the drone v drone matchup. But sure, I could see that being something in the future if Ira was dominant and you would see Ira mirrors, but that's not the case, right? So it's I don't know why we're doing it now. It slows down the format, which Blitz is an extremely fast format. It could use some slowing down, honestly. There is no control deck in Blitz right now. There's Yoji and Riptide, right? But they got hit, and I don't even know why. Yeah, so I don't know. I am just confused after reading all this. It's just kind of it just doesn't make any sense to me. I really am disappointed on this one, to be honest, because I thought Ira was a very cool hero. Personally, I liked Ira, and that was a Blitz hero that I was really looking at playing if I didn't top 8 nationals at the Las Vegas Battle Harden. But now that's not going to be the case, because this is ineffective on Wednesday. So, literally tomorrow from where I'm at. But yeah, they posted on Wednesday. So, yeah, that really sucks. But is what it is, and we're probably just going to see a lot more Chains and Kanos and Rhinos, just kind of the usual suspects, basically. But let's get into that, because that was the other thing that was kind of mentioned. If you're a Kano fan, maybe you're not super thrilled about this next piece of news, but basically the Skirmish Season 7 had the rules where you could have basically a sideboard, or in this game called the inventory. And you can have more than 40 playable cards that weren't equipment. You could only present 40, but you could have more than 40, and kind of determine what hero you're going against and then siding in appropriately, basically. And they're going to keep that. They are going to keep that. And I kind of suspected that they would. I kind of thought there's really no reason not to, but so that's what's happening. It's it seems like we're still going to have the same amount of cards, 51 plus your hero. It's just you don't have to run a Gambler's Gloves for the off chance you face a Kaio. Instead, you can now run Oasis Respect, and have a chance against the Kano in your meta. So it's this news I think is good. I think Kano was quite the menace. I can't really see this for any other hero. I'm sure it can be played against other heroes, but I think Blitz having an option to have a sideboard is a fairly good thing, especially because there's often times where you'll see a Blitz list and it'll be less than 51 cards because you just don't need the extra cards after a while, right? Like the extra armor is just for like very niche cases, like you're going against a Kaio or a Benji. And if you don't think there's going to be a Kaio or a Benji, then now you can use those armor slots and instead prepare for more of the relevant heroes like Rhinar, Kasai, Kano, Chain, definitely Chain. And yeah, so that's basically the news for it all. That's it. Kind of a bummer if you're playing Ira, but if you're playing decks like Kasai, who's really struggling in the Kano, you can rejoice a little bit that this is going to be the official thing moving forward. So that's the news. So until next time, keep on fabbing.